It's hard for me to overstate how much The Shining has changed my view on media in general. It's just one of those movies where no matter the generation you're in, it's going to affect someone and change things somehow. And like, you only get something like that once every couple decades. For video games, it was Half-Life. I think that for film, in that decade, that was The Shining. And like, everyone knows this. I don't need to tell you this. I could go on for hours and hours about how insane everything is, how everything could connect to something. You could pick out the tiniest detail, like one of the torches on the wall in the lobby, and you could say that has some correlation to your theory. And you wouldn't be 100% wrong. And like, people are already doing this. There's several theories, enough to fill your hands. Like, you have the Red Book theory, you have the no ghosts theory, stuff like that, and it keeps going on in like a spiral. It doesn't stop. People can imagine anything, they can project anything, and it isn't impossible that it could be true. Because the movie is so perfect at making things vague. It's one of the most mysterious movies I've ever watched just because of its vagueness alone. And with me, I don't really tend to really look into the theories. I like looking at the story just on its own. But the symbolism and everything, and how deep everything runs, like the fact that Jack Torrance's shirt he wears when he starts going ballistic happens to be the exact colors of the United States flag, red, white, and blue. Or how he's throwing around tennis balls right next to Indian rugs. It's stuff like that that just sells this movie for me. And then you have the inspiration it's given me for projects I tend to work on, which is just a whole nother can of worms in and of itself. There's no possible way for me to overstate how much of an important film this is to me. And I've only seen it recently, like months ago. Of course, we can't forget about a lot of the crap that Stanley Kubrick did. I mean, he was a genius, but he was also a terrible person, so... This video was supposed to come out on the 4th of July, but as you can tell, things didn't really go to plan. And yeah, as most of you probably know, this 4th of July, if I recorded this earlier, would have been the 100-year anniversary of the ballroom party that took place on the 4th of July. So that's kinda neat. There's not much else I can say. It's just such an amazing movie, and I wanted to commend it somehow. Lastly, I just wanted to apologize for being so inactive for like a year now, I think. I don't really have an explanation for that other than just life in general. I am gonna try and pick up the pace again. But for now, just keep sitting and waiting. I will probably have something out soon. Lastly, I post pretty often on Twitter, but it's not with personal posts or anything, it's just dumb art I make. But that should about wrap it up, so stay safe, y'all.